Greetings, everybody. It is Laughlin-Rose again. Today is a very important day, and it is one most somber for many. Donald Trump has been elected as the 45th President of the United States of America. And it is a day that a lot of people, self-included, are highly concerned about. And responses have been ranging from stunned amongst us to outright depression. And on the other side, of course, his supporters have been celebrating. And while it is very, very much a wow on both sides, it's decidedly not a wow from the same viewpoint. However, it could be tempting for a lot of people to just sink into a depression from it amongst those who did not support him. And who oppose his views. However, I feel that the best thing to do would be to focus our attentions on what we want to have happen in the US and in the world. And so that any small attempt he might make in his near future as inaugurated president, assuming he got to inauguration, that he would have emotional energy available to him to do the right thing. Whatever. Yeah. And that said, the rest of this video is addressed to Mr. Trump. Mr. Trump, I did not support you, and I also truly, I didn't fully support Hillary either. But I want to tell you right now, your CEO, once you are inaugurated, your CEO is the Constitution of the United States and the Bill of Rights. You will not have leisure as president to call everyone and his uncle or aunt a loser because you disagree with them. Once January comes and you are inaugurated, you will have to behave like a president, not like the Donald. You will not have leisure to put down in the public eye the looks of the people who interview you, or of the foreign dignitaries, female or otherwise, who might come to talk with you. You will not have the leisure to just throw suggestions around implicating that someone's religion might be harming their ability to talk. You will not have the leisure to put down people especially people from other countries, and say that they weren't a real hero because they got captured. Or any of the things that you have, any of the little put downs that you may well have heard growing up, tossed around you, maybe tossed at you. Those little put downs, some of them quite barbaric, that America has been hearing from your lips for a long time, are not things you will have the leisure to say. You will no longer be the Donald while you are in office. You will be the president. As President Trump, you have different duties. I am the child of an immigrant, Mr. Trump. My first language is Hungarian. You might not think it to hear me talk. I won a spelling bee in English in 4th grade. Outspelling all the participants in my city's public school district from grades 3 to 8 who participated. And English is my second language. It's not the first language I heard spoken at me or to me. That was Hungarian. I will not I will be any video you might see from me, Mr. Trump, will be as polite as I can make it. It will even be as gentle as I can make it. And polite. But if I hear you and read about you putting down people from other countries or people in this country, whether they have had the opportunity for financial or other reasons to become fully legal immigrants via the traditional bureaucratic route. I hear you put down people for whom English is a second language, or from other countries. I will politely and as gently as I can but firmly oppose you here on my YouTube. I grew up here in the United States of America, Mr. Trump. My English is a tad more dominant, but Hungarian's my first tongue. I am here, the child of a first generation immigrant. I am European. I grew up here. But my background, the way I was raised at home, my language, and my thirst is European and British first. You put down immigrants, you put down me. You put down anybody from another country and you put me down. And you put down any single person from any other culture and you put me down, you put down my dad, and you put down his dad. And you put down some of your own ancestors. Because your granddad on the Trump side was a Trump and he was from Germany. That's not what being an American is all about. And it's not what being President of the United States or being a leader is about. The Bill of Rights and the Constitution of the United States of America is now your CEO. Once you're inaugurated, for 4 years you're not the Donald, you are the President of the United States. If you really thirst, as I hope you do, to make the US safer and better, preferably for everybody, a safe place for everybody, I really hope I really, really hope that you hold back. Consult with Ivanka. Before speaking too vulgarly or with too overt put downs to anybody. Because she's a pretty amazing person, and she's been comporting herself with utter class, even in the face of all that's been said about you. I know you're proud of her, and you should be. There have been a lot of people in this nation, a lot of people like me, and some of them viewing you a lot more harshly than I do, who have been doing so from a space of panic. Not because they want bad things for the country. Not because they are weak in character or spirit or heart, but because many of us have been afraid that you will be a danger to ordinary Americans. I'm bisexual, Mr. Trump. I'm currently married to a wonderful man. I've been very, very in love with a woman before. And I am lucky that my body will allow me the flexibility of falling head over heels for both. There are ordinary Americans like me, even amongst the Republicans, who can't say that their body allows them that flexibility, even if they might, in some cases, wish it did. There are ordinary Americans, even amongst those who may have voted for you, who might be male and just can't fall for or be attracted to a female. There might be some women amongst those who voted for you who, even if they wished they could, just couldn't fall in love with or be physically attracted to a male. I'm lucky. I can fall in love with and be attracted to both. There are people who are totally soul bonded to the person of their dreams at all levels. Who, if you did not, in some fashion, allow them the legal rights accorded by U.S. law, will lead to those who are married. That wouldn't, if you took those rights away, that wouldn't be allowed to go automatically into the hospital. If their loved one were in the hospital, and be automatically admitted to see their soulmate. They wouldn't be allowed to make next of kin decisions. If that person were incapacitated, they would not be allowed to automatically be buried next to them when they passed. And those are emotional, mental, spiritual desires. Those are not just matters of religion. If I were in a country that, for whatever reason, didn't allow me to go see my Jessie in the hospital. Or I'd be beside myself. I'd be in pain. I assume that you really, really, really love your wife. I know if she couldn't be admitted into the hospital to see you, she'd probably also be in pain. Assuming she loves you. If you were incapacitated in any way. I hope that once you're inaugurated, you look closely and remember the people you'll be affecting with your decisions, whether in regard to Obamacare or allowing same-sex partners, committed partners, the legal rights accorded to the married. I hope you remember you have people's lives, lives of ordinary Americans, in your hands. When you sign an executive order and it's passed, you are affecting people's lives, not just their bank accounts, not just their personalities, their lives. And I can't begin to tell you how much I hope that you prove to people like me, to people like those of some of my good friends whom I consider family, among my social circle, that you prove to those of us who do not hold mainstream religious views or philosophical views, that you prove to us that you're not a danger to us. I hope you prove to those of us, of ordinary Americans who are disabled, which I am, and I know people who are worse, quite a few, that you prove unto those of us who are disabled and or on disability, which I am, that you're not a danger to us. As President of the United States, you won't be just President of the wealthy Americans, Mr. Trump. You'll be President of the whole United States. And that includes those of the poor that you may or may not have had a lot of interactions with before. And that you may or may not want to associate with personally. Some of whom support you very strongly, and some of whom are ardently in opposition to a lot of the views you've shared. As president, you'll be president of all of the United States, not just those who agree with you. Please. Please. Do everything you can while you're in office to be the best person you can be. Not just the loudest, not just the boldest, but the best. The very best you can be. Because the fate of our country depends on it. Good luck, Mr. Trump. Willy Laughlin-Rose.